Hello everybody and welcome back to another episode of Let's Play Hand of Fate 2. Before we get started, I'd like to announce a couple things. First off, I finally got my rig upgraded. Brand new motherboard, brand new processor, brand new memory. Hopefully that should mean better quality on these videos. Now, word of warning, for some odd reason, my audio settings reset for some odd reason. So, if there is anything that seems a little too loud, maybe the sound effects, the music, the UI, the voices, let me know down in the comments below so I can fix it. And one other thing, I'd like to remind you guys that down in the description there is a link to a straw poll where you will be voting on our next Let's Play. So far, last time I checked, Chroma Squad is currently leading 2-1 against War of the Chosen, which is the only other thing that's gotten a vote. So without further ado, let's get back to gathering resources to build up the fort. Which is oh so exciting.
The pendulum is ever changing, and the challenges it presents change too.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to backtrack pretty soon. Last I checked, we needed 340 more wood. Well, 340 wood total in order to build all the rest of the buildings.
That will set you in good stead from here.
Let's see, best get out of here because I don't want to have to deal with those northerners. And while I'm at it, I may as well head back and build up the fort, so that I can do that at the same time while we're gathering resources. Let's see. Let's get some wooden spikes, which will bring our needed total down to 310. Trust me, on that one, it's not worth going for the huge success, at least in my opinion. Unless you manage to acquire some equipment that makes those easier, like the Lord's Diadem and I believe it was the Bullseye Ring. Do we even have access to that yet? Doesn't matter.
Nicely timed.
Alright, almost got enough. Ooh, and the fort has finished building. Perfect timing. May as well get the palisades, because we need that in order to get the gatehouse. So 310 minus 80, that brings us down to 230. Fortunately, we weren't low enough to be able to visit the mess tent, but whatever. Ooh, almost had that huge success. Oh well. Let's see. Yeah, even if we get a huge success on the next one, we'll still need it just one more in order to get the last of the wood that we need. Yes, I would like to retry the pendulum. Oh boy. Oh well, at least it wasn't a huge failure.
You must harness your will and find the quiet stillness inside you.
666 soldiers remain. The Devil's Platoon. Oh well. At least the counter for Estrella's knockout still goes down crossing those. Oh, shoot, I should have visited the mess tent. Got to do that. The ravine bridge means that I don't have to hike for 12 miles whenever I'm on wood duty. Yeah, and neither do I. As you see, the Imperial Fort has increased in size. Now, this does mean that it will cost us some food to walk there, but oh well. Wait, what? Okay, we needed 230. We build this. That leaves us with needing 160. Oh, look at that. The little token changed too. That's nice. Ah, come on. Fortunately, that northerner is blocking it, so I'm going to have to go back and forth on this. Which will cost us time and, at the same time, men. Let's see, what did I say? 160. Which, if I do get a huge success on this, which I don't, will give me all the wood I need.
Breathe. You have done well.
Just one more. Then all we have to do is build up the fort's defenses. Alright, that should be all the wood we need, and once more the Imperial Fort has upgraded. We are getting rather close to that 400 limit, though, but with the efficiency in which I've been working, we should be able to reach it.
It is not too late to plan better.
But we should be able to reach it if I'm right. Let's see, 140... Oh no, we only needed 140 wood. No matter. Let's get the Barbician going. Whatever the hell that is. Whatever it is, it requires a gatehouse. And last, all we should need is the central tower. Let's see. I'm going to hit the mess tent one last time because we're going to need the food. So long as we stay in these walls, we've got a chance of living to see the captain again. Well, let's hope so. Fort. We don't need to go on any more gathering missions. And all I can do is just wait at camp. Ooh. Nazgar's Reckoning would be good, and I was right. It does work against Northerners. But I can't afford it.
The raiders will move closer now. Be careful.
I know. I do still have... Yeah, I do. I still have the Scorched Blade. What was it that I lost? Some sort of mask? Oh yeah, it was the mask that would have helped with the card gambit. Well, at least we've got soldiers on our side for this. I'm gonna have to take out the Shaman of Frost first. Really would have liked to have some phalanx of steel because the Northerners can't get through their shields. But I'll have to work with what I've got.
Quickly, while we have the upper ground.
Oh, come on. I'm gonna save the special for the shaman herself. I'd be more careful. Just because I can heal up before it doesn't mean I'm invincible. Survived the initial skirmisher. No soldiers were lost. Good. But we still lose them from damage to the fort. Oof. Alright. Only got the forts getting there. I only hope we can pull this off before we get below 400. Alright, let's visit the mess tent. Food. And then the last thing we need to build is the central tower. Essentially the same fight, and we do have phalanx this time, so that's good. Oh, come on. I mean, I know that's the whole point of the trappers, leave you vulnerable for the others to hit you, but there's nothing worse than when you just break free and yet are unable to hit back. Come on, quit teleporting after one hit. Oh boy. Getting it very close. And you know what, at this point it's just going to be me waiting around, so I'm going to cut the recording here, and I'll come back once the fort defenses are built. Hey everybody, we're back. Unfortunately, it seems my computer crashed in the middle of the recording, and because of the fact that I'm recording in MP4, the file is unrecoverable. All you really missed out on is being told, hey, take our soldiers, go to the Northerner village, and the Goblin Retainer, which is just fighting soldiers, and Soothsayer, who just tells you, hey, this is a bunch of stuff that's going to happen to you on your journey, so you can decide whether or not you want to go, which I didn't because I would have lost a ton of food in the process. So, let's take on the Northerner village, and hope we don't crash.
Their door.
I get the feeling it might be something to do with my power supply, which I had been told repeatedly worked just fine. I guess they didn't include the whole idea that I might be recording at the same time. You lead the army to the edge of the forest surrounding the Northerner village, which unfortunately is not going to be enough. The mountain men gather before their shaman, who stands chanting over a pile of corpses. The sight of a bloodied scrap of cloth makes Alpus gasp in recognition. The bodies! It must be Roldan and his men! You watch as the shaman concludes her ritual and the corpses are consumed by green flame. From the ashes rises a monster, a frightful construct of ice and steel. They're desecrating our men, one of the soldiers cries out. The Northmen below turn to regard the tree line with suspicion. Having lost the element of surprise, Alpus gives the command to attack. Yeah, last time I had musketmen instead of phalanx, but arguably phalanx can be better, as the Northerners can't break through their shielding. Now, we actually already encountered a Tyrant of Frost during Kolbjorn's personal quest, so yeah, no different from fighting against that guy. Rogveer, I think his name was. Northerner champion. His cold eyes meet yours, and you can sense the many who have died at his hand. Roldan is merely the most recent. Tyrants favor regenerative ice armor that stops standard attacks. Use bash to break their armor. Which, by the way, is not very strong. It only takes a few bashes to break through.
I liked things when they were black and white. You make life complicated.
Alright, I'm gonna take out the trappers first before I focus on anyone else. Well, minus this guy. Simply because I don't need them restraining me while I'm in the middle of fighting someone else, and I press the counter button on that. Weird how they sometimes get the frost effect on them. Not sure why. Ow. Alright, one last berserker and then we'll focus on the big guy. Whom, like I said, his armor is not very strong, but he has a ton of hell. Ouch. And his weapons inflict ice, much like his berserker counterpart. Though, his armor does regenerate quickly. So even with the flame sword, we're still gonna have a little bit of trouble taking him down. Come on. There we go. So I think with the problems I'm currently having, I'm gonna have to record my videos in 10-minute intervals and just get them together. As the fighting in your vicinity dies down, you pause to take a stock of the two armies locked in combat. Yeah.
Try as you might, you fall short of greatness.
400 soldiers. You find yourself outnumbered as the Northerners cut down the remaining Imperial soldiers. The Empire has lost the field, but you have defeated their champion.
You have built your towers right into the heart of northern territories and held them against great forces.
For defeating the Northerners' champion, we gain Shield of Aegel, Northern Justice, which actually doesn't work on Northerners, it's actually for thieves, Spiked Bone Guard, good armor against trappers, and the Coward's Bane. We also gain Carriage of the Departed, Spyglass, Illicit Trade, good card, and Raider Prevention. We also gain the Worker's Hammer added to our supplies. For exploring Greyfell Tunnel, we gain Bullseye. That's the ring I was talking about before that widens the beam for the precision. So actually we didn't have it. Okay, we've got some time left over, so I'm going to cut the recording here and I'm going to get back to you once I've gotten the golden token. See you guys then. 1, 2, 3. 1, 2, 3. Okay, everybody, we're back. I did manage to get the golden token. Reason I'm not showing footage for it is because of the fact that during the process of recording, my computer just shut down and restarted on me. I'm not sure entirely what caused it. I did take it to a local place to get it looked at. They said that there wasn't any visible problems. It didn't seem to be my power supply, because while it is a few years old, it's still good. They couldn't detect anything. The only thing they could come up with is that the drivers weren't up to date. Like, I had the basic drivers, but not the newest ones. And I'm hoping that is what the problem was. I've gotten them all up to date. They installed the newest drivers. I installed the newest one for my graphics card. But unfortunately, because of the fact that I record in MP4 format...
Complete these challenges, and we will be ready to face the usurper.
Dealer, I love you, but I'm talking to the audience right now. Like I was saying, because I record in MP4 format, due to a loss of power, that file became corrupted, so that footage is gone. You didn't miss too much. Basically what happened is that after the battle, rather than seeing the entire army defeated, you see Alpus beaten and wounded but alive, and they declare victory as the rest of the Northerners retreat. We then go to the ritual site to find the bodies of Northerner women and children, for some odd reason. The shaman then goes on saying how we brought this upon, or how they brought this death and stuff upon them, the Empire. And then Alpa says, capture the prisoners and take them back to the fort, making it seem like we're not the good guys in this one. As for the golden token, what we unlocked was, let me see, I believe Will of the Northerner, which, if I recall correctly, while you are under the effects of it, you are not able to die, as I recall correctly. Or maybe it just saves you from one death hit while you're under its effects. I'm not 100% sure on this. I'd have to find it to be sure. But yeah, that's basically what happened. I'm sorry I don't have footage to show you guys. The fight is essentially the same as it was before. No difference there, except in that you don't lose all the soldiers. But with that, we have come to an end for this episode. I'm hoping I don't have these issues in future episodes. So far, it hasn't crashed on me. We'll find out in the future. But with that, I'd like to remind you guys to please go into the description below, click the straw poll link to vote on our next main Let's Play. I do plan on bringing our Mellow back after we have finished Hand of Fate 2, and I've made sure it's not going to crash on me mid-recording, because that's going to be a huge issue in multiplayer games. And if you guys like what you see, please leave a like, subscribe for future content, and I'll see you guys in the next episode. Thanks for watching.